Hello again, Gundam Converge collectors. So, with the recent news that Bandai's going to put out a master grade SD of the Gundam Barbatos, I thought it'd be a good time for me to review these three Gundam Barbatos from the Converge series. So we have number 126, 145, and number 266. And let's start with this one. Okay, so looking at fandom, I have not watched Iron-Blooded Orphans. I wish I could. If anyone knows of a free website where I could watch that, that'd be great. It's piloted by this person. There's a lot of confusing information and all new technologies, all new terminologies I'm not aware of here. But let's start here. One of 72 Gundam frames produced in some Calamity War is found in disarray and originally used as just a power source. But then companies would add more parts to it, eventually reviving it and changing its form up to 6 times. So it's got cool weapons, but here forms: first form, second form, third form, fourth, fifth, sixth. So looking at these images here, I think it's either the fourth or fifth, because they both have these white shoulders with this like power icon. The other forms don't have those white shoulders, so that's what I think they were going for here in number 126. So this is from Converge Pound 02. It came out in 2016, and the basic stats there, typical Gundam stats, 18 meters. And then here are the other models from that series. Okay, so let's open this up here. It's already opened. Maybe someone removed the gum. Yeah, the gum is already gone, so that's unfortunate. I like to see the old gum. Alright, so it's nice that with the Pound series you have a logical display stand instead of the old ones, which were a waste of plastic. So these antennae tend to be rigid plastic, so I've broken some before, so be mindful. You don't want to drop this from a bookshelf. This will snap in half. Oh, sadly, oh, never mind, it's dust. So yeah, the peg stand's great. There's just a hole in the bottom there. All right, let's look at this figure. It's definitely a white color. That's what it's intended to be. Sorry, I'm always misplacing my toothpick here. Let's get the head off here and just break this thing apart. Make sure there's no sticky paint. The bottom of the feet have a lot of details molded in. And it's also nice that the hole is a hex, so it won't get glued to that stand. Then we have red on the side of the feet, and interesting mechanism going on here. Maybe some thruster deflectors, some hose details there. So then we got up here, and we have the nice red of these. They look like power icons to me. I think that's actually just a tampo print. Yeah, very nice. A little yellow here, red here, and then some sort of molded detail there. I'm assuming the cockpit's in here, but please leave a comment if you've seen the cartoon and you know better. So it's interesting, the plastic here is just white. I guess that makes sense for painting. And then we have some gunmetal up here in the neck and the shoulders. So very cool. The blue is a matte finish. This backpack has a lot of funky details. I don't know if that's a thruster in there or what. Or maybe it's up in here. It's a very edgy looking design. This backpack is glued in place, I think. It doesn't want to come off. Okay, so looking at this left arm, we have that logo again on the shoulder. And then we have a gunmetal hand with a armor plate on the back of it. Very nice. Blue thruster detail on the elbow. Alright, very cool. This arm here, we have no hand because it's probably on the weapon, but we have some gunmetal in the elbow area. And that weird power icon thing again. So the head, we got some green translucent eyes, which is nice, and it looks like there's some molded detail behind it, so that's cool. The red chin, the black, yellow, there's a lot of paint colors going on this head. It's interesting. The back of the head is totally exposed. And then this yellow antenna is going to pop in right here. Okay. It's really hard to see the eyes, you know, they're in such an overhang. really hard to see. Alright, let's get that on here. So you can get some good head posing there. Nothing's colliding, so very good. And then we have two weapons. We have a katana sword, and it's got a metallic hand and a metallic blade. And there's actually some details molded in the blade. Kind of pointy. This is probably PVC. Don't count. I don't know, actually. Maybe it is rigid. Back here is definitely soft, though. Let's see what it looks like with this katana. Tight fit. Alright, there you go. Pretty long blade. It'll stand on its own, though. You don't even need that stand. You could use the blade as a kickstand also. But I think this is probably the star of the show here, this giant mace club looking thing. And fandom said like somehow this thing is supposed to grab onto things. Like I don't know, I haven't seen the show. Might be a little crooked. This is definitely PVC. I can dip in hot water to straighten that out, but I won't do it right now. I like that the back of the hand is painted white. Yeah, very nice. So let's see what it looks like with this now. Yeah, it'll still stand even though, let me see if oh, you can swing the thing down as well, and it still stands. So very cool. I thought it was going to tip forward with all that weight. I thought it was also going to be a kickstand, you know, if you do it vertically. But I guess it can rest on its toe. So that looks pretty neat. We'll leave it as like that for now. Let me reset to the next. Now it won't stand though. Alright, we'll get to that later. Let me reset. Okay, so number 145 is from Collection Pound 05, which came out in 2017. And they're the other robots from that collection. Basic stats again. And then fandom here, it says basically that previous robot got too damaged from battling so much. And then it was sent to a workshop and became the Lupus. And then it says here it was tailored a little bit more to match the pilot's abilities. So 2017 gun, by the way. It actually looks perfectly normal. Alright, let's see what else. Has some sort of weapons in the forearms. Okay, so let's... Some images. You can see it's changed quite a bit, you know. It looks totally different. And I gotta say, the cartoon looks cool. It's got like streaking lights and stuff like that. Ah, boy, if I had time and resources, I would just buy all these animations and watch them, but then I wouldn't be able to review toys. Not many parts here. Well, this is a first. I have never seen a stand with like a foot built into it. That's definitely a first for me. Okay. Break this apart. Stick paint. What the heck? Yeah, it does come off. So again, the foot has some crazy like under details, and it looks like the ankles are balls. Alright. Back thrusters again and some hoses, so that's similar to the first one. This black around here is similar to the first one. Maybe a thruster or something. Yeah, it's got some funky feet. And now we have some green triangles here in the knee area instead of red. Yellow there, some blue here, maybe that, I'm assuming the hatch, some vent details yellow, and then blue up top, nice and matte finish. Up again with the neck area, some vent and gunmetallic color. And then the backpack again. This is a much simpler backpack. I don't know if that's a thruster or not. And yeah, that backpack doesn't come off. It still has these like flanges or something like that. Did the other one have it? No, it didn't. My bad. I'm thinking about a different robot. And some sort of wings or something on the side. And they seem glued in place. The right arm here has some cool white printing on the red shoulder armor. And some gunmetal in the elbows. Okay. Now the The left arm has a claw on the hand. It's interesting. Or the hand is a claw. Alright, is it separate? Yes, you can rotate it a little bit. Nice tight fit there with the hex. Yeah, otherwise it looks like a mirror image. In the head, well, we got these giant antennae. They will go onto this thing, and again we have a nice green translucent plastic. Really deep, but I don't see any details so much behind that green, so that's too bad. Yellow and a crazy red chin on this thing, and a really swept back head. And then the antenna thing has some blue right in the middle of it. Interesting. Okay. And this time the peg is from the head going into the antennae. It's usually always the other way around. So it's really funky design. Okay. Again, I think these are rigid plastic. They can snap, so be careful of that. Pop that on. And now, unfortunately, this head is colliding with these little flanges. So it does sit flush. It even hides that gunmetal neck pretty much. See? It's just gone. Yeah, not much movement side to side. And that's it. Okay. And so this giant sword, which actually doesn't look like the sword in that right image, but it's quite imposing. Again, in similar details like that other ninja sword, triangle thing, and the white backing of the hand is nice, and you can see the claws of the hand. Alright, so that goes into this arm here. Now let's see if this one will actually stand on its own. That's a pretty long sword. Nope. You can use a kickstand. Nope. Definitely a lot of weight forward. Now, I see. So because the feet are so high up, that's why they made this thing high up, is to match the foot. That's really smart. Yeah, that's a great design. I kind of wish they did that for all the robots, because then you would know a little bit better which stand belongs to what, because all the other ones, these pegs are not always in the same location, and sometimes the peg is actually smaller or larger. Oh, look at that. That actually came off, so the stand is normal. It just so happens to have this extra piece. I guess that makes sense. It's less mold making. Alright, so this is a case where you actually might want the stand if you're not going to use the, this is a tripod. Alright, the last one today is the Barbatos Lupus Rex, ASW-G08. And it was say in the second season of Iron-Blooded Orphans, same pilot, and here's the basic blurb about the thing. So the previous one again was destroyed so much that was sent back for an upgrade and became this one, and they just tuned it even more, and that's it. This is all happening on the planet of Mars, I guess. So images, there we go. Now we have white and blue shoulder things, and the arms were elongated, so it looks more like a beast and all these claws and stuff. It looks more like a crazy animal than a robot. Alright, that's the extent of what I know. Okay, now this is a different, it's not a pound anymore. Well, technically it is. It's 10th Anniversary Pound Selection 01 now. That's what this collection is. Came out in 2022. And yeah, you can just see it's a totally different styling. Here's the basic specs and the other models. That's a redo. There's a previous guy before this, and that's a revive from an older casting. But there's two different molds of this Wasabi, by the way. And I think I reviewed those three, or all four of those, maybe all five of them already. If you want to search the channel, I'll definitely chew on this gum later on. The flavor only lasts like a minute, but why not? So let me back out here. Be careful. I've come close to cutting through some parts before, so I gotta be really careful about that. You get distracted when you're trying to make a video. It's not easy. Okay, stand again. Where's that previous stand? Well, the first stand, see? This is what I'm talking about. The very first model has this tiny peg. This one has a different location and a much larger size. Alright, let's break this apart. Put it back together. Get better light. Bottom of the feet are actually the least detailed of the three, although they're still pretty wacky looking. It's got a really big peg hole here. It's a very geometric design. Everything looks like a jewel or, like a crystal. The feet, claws there are painted yellow and there's red as well. The ball joint looking thing for the ankle again. And then again, hoses carrying across. And just a big metal plate there. I don't know if this thing maybe flips down or flips that way and it becomes a larger foot. That's the impression I'm getting. Looks very stealth fighter or Lamborghini-like. Alright, green tampo prints of these triangles here. The yellow from the same, that theme comes across. The red, that comes across. The blue is much less than the previous version. It's not filling it in as well either. Some red up here. I don't know if this is intentional or like a mold flaw. Very chamfered. And then we have a gunmetal torso going all the way back. A lot of greebly details. The backpack, oh, this does come off. So there's some thrusters there. And just a peg sticking out. I almost wish it was the other way around. The peg should be on this. But anyways. Alright, let's look at this arm. So the shoulder is blue. It's kind of like ghosted, unfortunately. It's not a sharp break. But I like the elbow here. It's got some ribs there. And gunmetal. More gunmetal on the back of the forearm. And then these claw hands. They're quite unique. And it looks like a spring mechanism or hoses. Does this rotate? And first, actually, what's nice is these claws are PVC. They're soft. They're not going to, hopefully, break. I have a feeling this thing must come off because it's such a recent release. But the paint is stuck in there. I see a peg. I'm afraid that peg is... I'm going to just leave it alone. I don't need to pose it. Alright. So it's like, it's begging for money. Got 5 cents? Got 5 cents. Alright, this hand here. Let's see if this one... Yeah, again, that's really tight. Maybe it's not... It must come off. There's a big air gap in there. It's nice that those are loose. I mean, soft. So this is pretty much a mirror image. There's no difference. So the bottom of the neck, we got some nice hose and effects there. Where's the head of this guy? And then we have a nice translucent green set of eyes. This big red chin is sticking out even further than the last one. Some yellow vent details. Okay. Gunmetal up top. And then the antennae, very sharp, very pointy, hard plastic. Keep that in mind. And I guess... it's gotta go in this way, but I'm trying to do it without ruining the antennae. Oh, that slid in pretty well. Whew. It's almost like a wing. Really interesting design. So the head articulation on this, a little bit better than the last one, unless I'm not pushing it down enough. Now it's way down, but now you can see there's like a channel right here in the torso. So it kind of collides with that. Yeah, you're going to have some collision there. I guess I might as well put this on, but it does say left and right, so I'm wondering if these come off. I don't know. I don't get... Might be, they might, but stuck paint again. And then we have this like fin antenna thing. It's got some green tampo printing on it, as well as the yellow paint. It looks nice. And there's some sort of direction to that shape. So it goes like this. I don't know. I don't think this was necessary to the design of this robot. It's kind of detracting, actually. I think it looks just better like that, but you have a kickstand if you want to do that. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I wonder if this can go upside down. there's actually a silly tooth in there. The tooth in here, so I wish they just left that kind of stuff alone so you could pose it two different ways, but because that tooth is in there, you can only pose it this way. Alright, so this is clearly very warped, but it's soft PVC. You can dip it in hot water if you want. And the hand is nicely painted. And this is a really giant club. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. That's too bothersome. So I'll fix that before I display it. But that definitely means this hand can come off. So let's see if we can break it loose, or I was also seeing if this comes off, but it doesn't. Kind of like wiggle it, but I never twist it because I think it'll literally shear off. Oh, there we go. So yeah, see, it's painted gunmetal, so I think that paint was sticking in there. You can see a little bit in that hole. Alright. Let's see. That's a huge club, so of course it's gonna fall forward, but can it go horizontal? Well, yeah, actually you can find a balance point if you hold it horizontal. Not actually touching the ground yet, but now it is. You know, actually, maybe it doesn't look so bad on the robot, the crooked handle. Maybe that's intentional, because I feel like it's colliding with the leg. Hold on here. If it was straight, see, it's actually colliding with the leg and it's actually kicking out that way. I wonder if that's intentional or not. Because if it was totally straight, it would definitely just run into the front of the leg and not go to the side of the leg. Yeah. Let's see if we... No. Well, you can rotate that, so let's see if we can go across sideways. Yeah, that's not bad, but then the handle definitely looks weird. So I am going to straighten it out. So here we are with the weapons in the up position, just to show what they would look like. But I think I'll probably, well, maybe this one, since it's not so tall, maybe I'll display it like that. Right. But this is just kind of weird looking to have a weapon wielded like that. And unfortunately, because the antenna is there, you can't really have it going back so much. So I'd probably just display it like that. And this thing is just so massive that yeah, I don't know how to display this one the best. Maybe the cross pattern again. Yeah, maybe like that. Alright, so those are more normal looking stances for me. So there are the images back there. The first, the second, the third. Which one do you guys like the most? You know, this is so crazy that I don't even think I like it as much as the other ones. The first one's alright. You know, it's more like a regular looking Gundam. I think I like the second one the most, actually. Even though it doesn't have the cool mace, it just has this little thing. Yeah, I like the color contrast on it too. But anyways, it really makes me want to see Iron-Blooded Orphans. Hopefully I'll have time to track it down. Alright, thanks for watching today. See you in the next Converge.